Can you talk about the Ukraine national soccer team, football team? What do you guys think?
Peace.
They're not bad. I actually rate them.
Who do they have? Yarmolenko and Zinchenko.
Yarmolenko, Zinchenko's pretty decent.
They don't have superstars, but they're a good team.
They have Marlos. He used to be Brazilian.
Oh,
I know about him.
Yes.
FIFA 12 legend.
But they have a solid group. Yeah, Andrei Shevchenko's their head coach, so automatically they get a big old gold star for me.
That's called living in the past.
I like them because they're a unit. You know, they work together well. You know, they've qualified for the Euros. But like I said, they don't have many superstars. They don't have many huge names. But they seem to come together when it comes time to it, and they actually perform well together.
Although they did not qualify for the Euros, I'm pretty sure. Unless they're still in the qualifiers, I think.
They did.
Did they qualify?
They topped their group over Portugal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was
they
my
were like
start.
the first
Sorry.
team to qualify.
I was looking at the schedule here, and I saw June 2020. I'm like, what? Okay.
Who's
in in their Euro group, they're playing the Netherlands, Austria, and whoever wins playoff winner of DNA.
So they could potentially do something in that group.
Yeah, no, that's not an easy group though. The Dutch are looking good going to the Euros, and Austria always has a solid group of players. So
Marco
I don't know. I know because of my Twitch chat.
Discount Ibra.
Yeah. My Twitch chat, I think it was Edward. He was saying like he's a fan of the podcast. He's like, yeah, Ukraine actually have a good national team coming through at the moment. They've got some exciting players. They're working as a unit, as you were saying. So they're not terrible. I mean, let me see.
In recent years, they won the U20 World Cup.
Yeah, they do good in youth tournaments as well.
That doesn't really translate.
89th minute.
No.
89th minute, 0-0. Toss on Shevchenko, score goal.
Yeah, I mean everyone knows what Shevchenko.
Out of retirement.
Euro 2012 when he scored, that was a beautiful moment. But yeah, not too much on the Ukraine national. They're doing well. They're getting better, and I mean, I'll be honest. I think it was Euro 2016. Oh, they were awful. So they've really improved since then. Thank God. Could you guys give us your thoughts on Stoke City and their downfall in the past couple of years?
Jesus.
Damn.
Stoke couldn't do it on a rainy night in Stoke. That's just how it goes.
I was gonna say, when a club is famous for their shitty weather,
I mean, I'll be honest. Whenever United played Stoke, I hate playing Stoke just because of the way they played. They were annoying. It was hard to get a point off them.
Tough.
I mean,
they're a tough team, but they've lost a lot of decent players, and they're not the Stoke of 5 years ago.
Liverpool had their most disgraceful match against Stoke on Steven Gerrard's last ever match for Liverpool.
Like that, that's just sad. Getting spanked by Stoke for your last game. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Classic
and like
Liverpool
they let him
things.
score his, like they just let it slide. Like, all right, it's his last game. Up a couple goals, might as well.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about giving him a Premier League medal. Fuck that, man. He didn't win shit.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, right now they're 17th in the championship. They've been
17th.
Yeah, they're falling, man. They're kind of like Sunderland, where it just kind of gets worse and worse.
Joe Allen still there? Is Joe Allen still there?
Messi.
Joe Allen.
They still have Jack Butland.
What happened to that guy?
Remember when that guy was OP in FIFA? Rest in peace.
Nothing happened to him. That's why he's still there.
Blackburn, I think they're still in the championship. They're 10th. So
yeah, Blackburn were in League One not too long ago though.
Jesus
Christ.
But
they've infamous Manchester United signing Nick Powell back in 2012.
I bet you told me that he was going to be better than some Liverpool youngster or something.
I said
Waz said a lot of dumb shit over the years.
Yeah, I think I said he was going to be better than Raheem Sterling. Look at how that turned out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was
Jesus.
They still have Ryan Shawcross. Yeah, that was a moment.
Do they have
Yeah, they do have Joe Allen.
The Welsh winger, the Irish winger, James McLean?
Yeah, he's still at Stoke City.
Yeah, so Stoke is. I hope they can come back. Kind of.
I always liked James McLean. I wish he came to Celtic.
It's like Burnley side kind of reminds me of Stoke City from when they're in the Premier League, but
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Can Man United win the Champions League in the next 10 years?
They can.
Yeah.
10 years, bro.
You're hitting me with 10
years.
10 years.
How am I supposed to predict what happens in 10 years?
Okay, how about
say
5?
4 or 3 years? That's
then the answer is no.
I don't see that happening.
Of course, in 10 years,
in the next 5 years, I don't. I don't think 5 years, but potentially 10 years. I mean, you never know what can happen to him.
So much could happen in
like,
10 years, man.
Like, I'll use Liverpool as an example. 2011, no one thought Liverpool were going to win a Champions League in 2019. Or within that decade.
100%.
And like Matt was saying, anything can happen. I mean, what was it, 2010? When was Fulham in the Europa League final?
Yeah, 2010, they were in a European final.
And then they got relegated a couple years later.
Yep.
So.
Okay, I saw this question around TikTok. The past decade, who was the most dominant Premier League team? Be reasonable.
I think either Chelsea or Man City.
I was going to say Chelsea.
I would say Chelsea just because of that Champions League trophy and a couple Europa League titles.
Oh, yeah, City hasn't won a champion. But is it most successful team in England or most successful English
club?
Club?
I guess if you say in England, I think
if it's in England, I think it's Man City.
Yeah.
Man City and Chelsea are a close one for that one, but I think it's Man City.
Yeah.
Maybe give it to Chelsea because they've been able to do it both in Europe and in the league.
But
if it's just Premier League, you gotta give it to City. I mean, 100-point seasons, like, come on, man.
Jesus Christ, that team was actually no words.
100-point seasons are nothing special in FIFA.
All
of us had undefeated teams.
There was like 5 in my team, in my league. There was like 5 in my sim.
When do you think Mbappe will go to Madrid?
Hopefully never.
Next 2 years, I think we see him move.
Hopefully he stays in PSG for the rest of his life, bro. If he goes to Real Madrid, I'll actually.
No way in hell he's staying in PSG. There's just no way.
Within the next 2 or 3 seasons.
We have an open slot. Dude, Barca will give Ousmane Dembele for him. Straight trade.
Yeah, that's
good deal.
Yeah.
Definitely a fair trade.
Yeah, just give him a
French for French.
Most reliable player, always there.
Make sure
he's been there when we needed him to be.
Make sure you have.
Let me expand on that question.
Yeah.
If Mbappe was to go to Real Madrid, what is his wage going to be? How much would it cost to sign him?
140.
Probably going for like 200 mil.
200 mil.
200.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you. So what did Neymar cost? 200?
200 million, 210 million, somewhere around there, I think.
So,
too much.
Are you telling me that Neymar, because of Mbappe's age, that's my thing. I'm saying 300, 350?
300?
Jesus,
man. For a 20-year-old Mbappe?
His contract expires in 2 years.
The man's scoring goals for fun right now.
Bro, if anybody signs anybody else for over 200 million in the next couple of years, they better go bankrupt. And I hope the fuck they do.
It depends, really, because of how coronavirus really kind of threw the market out. So players might go for a bit cheaper, but
good. I'm sick of seeing players go for. I'm sick of seeing every good player go for over 100 mil. Every single one.
I don't know, man. 200 mil, 300 mil is a lot. I mean, sure, he's really marketable. He's young. He's French. He's won a World Cup.
You can have him for like 2 decades, and he'll still be only like Ronaldo's age.
Yeah, my God.
Thing is, it's not just a transfer fee. His wages are so high for a guy his age.
Give him $500,000 a week. I don't care.
It's money. He kind of deserves it.
But like, if he keeps re-signing contracts, getting new contracts, what's his contract going to be when he's 30? Like $1 million a week?
Give him $1 million.
Yeah.
Give him $1 million a year. Sure, why not?
I mean,
I don't think Lucas. That's just
literally
ridiculous.
It's money. Real Madrid and money, they don't care. Like, you want it, have it. It's the Galacticos.
Lucas, if I'm being honest, I think he'll be getting paid around the same amount of money as Ronaldo's being paid. I think they'll try to match it around there because that man was probably the go for a good 2 seasons.
But how far do you think Mbappe can actually go?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
even if he stays where he's at right now, he's still one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, like his ceiling is so higy. Is it higher than Messi's or is that a bit?
What? Fuck no. That guy is not from here, bro.
I could honestly see him. I could honestly see Mbappe breaking goal scoring records in Europe.
Oh yeah, could he?
Because of how much time he has.
Would he? Yeah. Would he surpass Thierry Henry?
91 goals in a calendar year.
But would he surpass Thierry Henry?
Yeah, for sure. I think he will.
Thierry.
It's hard to say because Thierry Henry's my favorite player, but I just got to be honest. I think he will.
Mbappe has a potential. That's what. If I'm Real Madrid, that's what I'm buying. I'm buying the potential of Mbappe for the next 10, 15, 20 years kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not spending 200
to
mil
me
now.
Is worth. Yeah, it's not for today. It's for the generations of your team because you build it around one man. That is the future of Real Madrid right there.
What is his one standout skill though? What is he known
Pace.
for?
Dribbling.
Pace.
Pace and dribbling. Yeah.
I mean,
Shooting.
He's
a good finisher.
I mean, his finishing ability for his age is obscene.
He's really good.
Man, I really want to see him in a different league, though. I mean, I guess you can't use that argument because he showed up in the World Cup as well. But he was surrounded by absolute world-class players.
He'll be,
and
it's gonna be surrounded for years.
How well would he do at like a Tottenham or something like that?
Probably shocking, bro. I don't think anyone can play good for Tottenham except for Harry Kane if he's ever not fucking injured. Dude, we don't talk about Tottenham here. Look what Liam did with Tottenham. We don't talk about Tottenham here.
They're shit.
God, yeah,
but if you say that, look at Harry Kane. He's doing what he does with Spurs. You think Mbappe can replicate that?
I don't think he's ever going to go there, but probably.
No, but
eventually.
So you're saying if
Mbappe was
doing well
there too.
Because if you say that he wouldn't replicate that, then you have to put a lot more respect for Harry Kane then.
Yeah, well, you're saying like, would Mbappe at Tottenham Hotspur, the current day squad, would he score the same goals as Harry Kane?
As Harry Kane.
I say yes, honestly.
Probably.
Look at Gareth Bale when he was at Tottenham. He put the team.
Would
on
he
his
win
back
anything?
And they played through him.
Would he win anything? No, but he probably scored.
No, Tottenham, they don't win trophies.
Shout out any Tottenham fans in the watching this video.
They don't win trophies. Suck. They just don't. They just don't.
They know that.
The only trophy their fans have seen lift with their own two eyes, either that be TV or real life.
Yeah, was it
the
Audi
Cup and the League Cup. That's it. And the League Cup was like what 2008.
Oh,
what I find hilarious is we are currently living through the banter years of Arsenal, and yet Tottenham are still in Arsenal's shadow. Like,
you can't say this is their banter era for Tottenham because this is what they're used to.
For Tottenham, this is normality for Tottenham. They're used to being subpar. But for Arsenal, this is Arsenal's worst ever time.
Yeah,
and still you go, Arsenal's just miles ahead of Spurs. Like,
I wouldn't say miles ahead.
I feel like they're both pretty fucking shit.
They've won trophies.
Yeah, but
the club as an image.
Even an FA Cup would be huge, absolutely astronomical for Tottenham.
The best things Tottenham have going for them is a shiny stadium, a center forward who can barely speak English, and
a really good Asian
Champions League
dude.
Final appearance.
I mean, the Champions League final appearance probably is.
I can't believe how that they fired him. Did they? I mean, yeah, I guess they didn't fire him because of that. They fired him because of the ass season he had this year.
Yeah.
Well, he was Tottenham was down bad.
They basically went to a Champions League final, just didn't know what to do after that. They're like, what
bro, I'm happy. I don't know about you guys. I'm happy for the guy, bro. He escaped.
Yeah, I don't know where is he gonna go though. Like he's just been cooling it this whole time.
There's some people who think he's gonna go back to Spurs, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Newcastle is calling.
No.
United would be perfect, but I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. I think
if he can learn German, maybe Dortmund.
Yeah,
Dortmund. Imagine he could do damage with that squad.
Would. I think he would try to keep the players instead of always selling them. But obviously that kind of comes down to the board. But where do you think Saul will move to? Please reply. I beg you. Okay, wow.
Nowhere.
He's not.
This man.
Bang.
This man is the most annoying transfer saga of the summer.
I swear, bro, it's all these fucking Atletico Madrid players, man. Tell me right now, has any of you seen Antoine Griezmann's documentary about his transfer?
I did, yeah.
It's so stupid.
I haven't seen it.
There's a documentary.
Oh my god, bro.
He had a documentary about like how he's staying at Atletico Madrid, Griezmann, and then a year later he goes to Barca.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever watched.
Like,
by far.
You really can't. You can't be convinced by players promising staying, bro. Money talks.
Dude, he posed in front of the stadium and was just like, "What the fuck did he say?" I don't even know. It was just really bad. And then he left the next year. Hilarious.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
But with Saul, I don't see that guy ever leaving Atletico Madrid. That guy,
it's so weird. Yeah, because the rumors
he's gonna leave when Simeone leaves.
Realistically, the best club for him might be Barcelona. I think he would fit the Barcelona system and whatnot, and whole.
That kid's still 24, man.
Yeah, he's still young. He didn't move, but right now he's staying put at Atletico Madrid.
But Liam was saying that he has had the most annoying transfer saga
of the summer. Yeah,
it's been very annoying this summer.
I mean, it's not
new club in 3 days.
Yeah,
speaking about Atletico, Joao Felix, probably the last place he should have went, because oh my days, they spent money on him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Every time I say that, Lucas yells at me because I I'm not
Dude, I don't
hyping
care
up the young talent enough.
how young he is, man. 126 million.
You're misquoting
To
my
be
For him
Real
to
fair,
play
numbers.
like that.
If you do think about it, yeah,
Remember when
I
Real
know.
Madrid dropped 80 on Cristiano Ronaldo?
Well,
not
I
even the
mean,
same
back in the
league,
day,
man.
80s
Yeah.
different, you know.
But I
Even
mean,
still, like, it's not, dude. It's not even the same.
I
league.
know
They
I've
probably
defended
thought
this
they could
transfer.
put all the attacking pressure on Joao Felix. That was never gonna work out.
Well, realistically,
young for that.
not all that attacking pressure went on him. But the more the problem is that Atletico Madrid didn't have a striker fit who was scoring goals. Morata was injured for a while. Diego Costa could never stay fit or stay on his level, and really the other options weren't really sufficient for Atletico Madrid. Also, doesn't help that
Yeah.
Joao Felix had some
But I mean-
injuries throughout the season as well, and a bunch of new players joining
But
the
if
squad.
you're Atletico Madrid, you signed this man for a huge, huge fee after one season, after he just proved for like 12 months that he was decent. Give
Yeah,
him
that
more
was-
time to show.
Yeah.
Well, it was either he was
Would
going
you
to
send
go.
him out on loan?
I mean,
No, they didn't.
the rumors during the summer was that Manchester City wanted to buy him, Juventus wanted to buy him, but Atletico Madrid were the only team willing to pay the full release clause for him.
Dude, it's way too fucking
Yeah.
much for the kid, man.
Yeah.
Would
It's
you
like
send
when-
him out on loan?
No. You
I
can't spend 126 million on a kid then send him out on loan.
Yeah.
You imagine the
Yeah.
seeds?
How old is he right now? He's currently 20, so I mean, you
Dude, I
compare
don't know,
his
man.
deal. I guess that means Haaland was a steal for Dortmund.
Yeah, but okay, so
Absolute
let's use
Yeah.
Joao Felix to talk about Mbappe. You know, so 160 million for Joao Felix.
126.
Him and Mbappe are around the same age, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, if that's how much you're paying for Joao Felix after one good season, how much
No,
you
that
pay
price
for
was-
Mbappe after like three
But
or
you
four good
can't-
seasons?
You can't.
That
judge
price was
that
dumb
because
inflated.
That was a horrible judgment by Atletico. I don't
Yes.
think any other club
So
would pay
Mbappe's
that. No one.
Mbappe's 21, and then
Yeah, Odegaard's better
That
than
makes me
Joao
so
Felix. He's
sad.
a year
That
older.
makes me so
Yeah.
sad that here's Mbappe at 21 years old doing what he's doing. What are we doing? What have we
We're-
done with our lives?
we're
What
23
have we
talking
done?
about him.
Make TikToks.
Matt's out here
man.
using.
We're
Matt's out here.
TikTokers.
Yeah, Matt's out here packing his team this season.
I hate myself. I genuinely hate myself.
Like, but and then yeah, I mean Haaland, he's what 19. He goes to Dortmund. He makes an impact straight away. So I mean, it's kind of confusing, I guess. What do you think of Neymar right now? Overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
over.
I'm gonna go underrated.
Over.
Dude,
Overrated?
Neymar, like, for a PSG, like I get that he's in the French league, but that guy, his goals to game, his assists to game,
Yeah, he's
that guy is unreal, man.
Good player.
Still,
Can't stand him.
still just so fucking good, man. He's so good.
I think he's actually a big reason why they ended up beating Dortmund in the Champions League. I think he's trying to take his game to another level with them. He's like,
As a player,
So-
he is good, and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say he's not a good player because that'd be ridiculous of me. I don't know. I can't get on board with Neymar as a person. His antics, you know, he gets touched, he rolls around for 13 minutes. You know, his weird family, I can't get on board with that.
like Liam, let's look at his stats this season alone, bro. In Ligue 1, he's played 17 matches. He has 15 goals and 7 assists. You
That's
can't
very
argue
good.
with that. That's
Very,
disgusting.
very good.
It's not even
It is
very
Ligue
good. That's
1.
disgusting.
We had to put a little asterisk on there saying it is legal.
Gross.
Off.
That is gross, man.
Lucas, shut up.
No, I think people like Liam make Neymar seem pretty underrated. I think because a lot of people,
He's underrated at this point.
more people are more vocal
People
about
forget what he
being
did for
negative to him.
Barcelona.
yeah, MSN. Like Jesus Christ, has been. How do you imagine being a Leicester fan has been for the past decade, 2010 to 2020? As a lifelong fan, in my
Fantastic.
opinion, it's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it year by. I'm trying to put it in like a spectrum. Shit. Whoa, it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not how it
yeah,
went.
you-
Still very
This
good,
season,
but it's also
this
not
season's
titled.
outstanding. I think Leicester, you know, their fan bases have one of the most exciting teams in the Premier League right now to support. I mean, they have young talents. They have, you know, veterans like Jamie Vardy. You know, they have a future and they have a goal in mind, and I think they're achieving that goal right now.
If they can keep their players.
If I was a Leicester fan, I'd be really happy with the club is right now. I mean, come on, we won a title in 2016, ecstatic. Beat the odds by like 10,000 to 1, and then I mean they've been able to try and join in a very elusive club right now, exclusive, and the Premier League, where it's a top 6, and Leicester is trying to say, hey, we deserve to be there. So, I mean, yeah, it's not every day a club like Leicester wins the Premier League. And how many clubs have been in Leicester's position before and would have dreamed to win the Premier League, you know?
I think
like
the most impressive thing about Leicester isn't the fact that they won the league. It's the fact that they managed to establish themselves.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Because
100%.
they could just easily win the league and then go back to being what they were before, which is fucking shocking. But they built off it. And now you feel like they're pretty much destined to be in top 5 for years at this point. So
look at a club like Newcastle, who, you know, once upon a time were title contenders, were top 6.
Yeah.
Now they're arguably the biggest yo-yo club in the Premier League.
It's also like they went to the Champions League as well. They got some results there. They didn't do terrible in the Champions League when they joined, and I mean, they've also been able to develop some good players, Leicester. So I mean, you have the likes of Ndidi right now, Chilwell, Maguire came through. So they sign good. They make good signings, and they make them a little bit better, and then maybe they'll sell them. But Mac, what do you think of Leicester? If you were a Leicester fan, how would you feel?
Grateful. Sitting third. Do you think they're finishing top 4?
I think they.
Yeah, I think they're gonna finish third.
5th.
I think they're gonna finish third.
5th.
Top
They
4,
could.
yeah.
I think they could.
Because Man U and Chelsea are gonna go all out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
They won Champions League. Like I'm a United fan. I'm starving for Champions League
You
football.
don't think
man.
Leicester won Champions League?
I understand
They do, but
I think they're gonna finish third or fourth.
Chelsea. Look at Chelsea. Are you telling me Timo Werner's gonna want to play in the Europa League next season?
nah.
But
This
he doesn't
thing
look
is
like he got much
that
of a
deal's
fucking
done no
choice.
matter what.
Yeah,
If we do get Europa League, he's gonna play Europa League because he's a Chelsea player.
he doesn't have a choice now, bro.
That's why I'm hoping Leicester kind of slips so Chelsea and United get Champions League. That sounds really selfish of me. I don't care.
You disgust me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I want to see
Frankie Lampard's Chelsea.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
want to see
the Champions League final was supposed to be when? Like a couple of days ago.
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah,
I think.
right around
See,
here.
that could have been Frank Lampard lifting the trophy. Corona has to be.
I wouldn't be mad. You guys would have automatic entry into the champ. Actually,
But,
question since we're on
But
the topic
with
of
Man
Champions
City,
if they get their
true.
ban appealed, or like, you know how like when you appeal a ban, they take it out, they lay it off for a year or something, and they get back to it the next year. If that does work out for them, that's horrible news for you, because if their ban still does stay, that means that basically top 5 gets Champions League. If not, though, you guys are gonna
Let's
have
be
to
real. How much money do you want to put on the fact that they're not going to get banned? They're going to get it appealed
They're gonna get the 1 year thing
and
Yeah.
overturned. How much do you want to
Yeah.
bet?
Aware.
It's gonna happen.
yeah, it'll be a 1-year ban, I think.
Champions League. Do we still know if that's coming back or not? Is there any talks about that? Like,
If all the leagues come back, it's going to come back.
It's gonna have to come back. Yeah.
I've heard
I actually
They
read
just
a
have to
thing
make sure
today
every
saying
country is safe, I guess.
I've read that
they
they're
want to have the final at a neutral venue kind of thing, and they're thinking it's going to be in Lisbon, Portugal.
yeah, that's what I read.
So Ronaldo needs to be there.
hopefully Europa League.
Is he gonna make it though?
You never know.
Yeah.
Not if Moussa Dembele has anything to say.
Yeah.
Dude, at that point in time, fucking Depay will be back. So,
Your thoughts on Del Piero's career?
what do you want me to say about that?
Superb.
His career speaks for itself, no?
I think probably easily one of the best Italian players, best attacking Italian players of all time.
Probably is. Who else is there?
Probably, yeah.
Baggio?
Roberto Baggio.
It's him or Baggio. Yeah, but it's him or Baggio. Let's be real here. Totti, as good as Totti was. Was it Del Piero?
Zola.
I love Del
I
Piero.
don't know, hate for that.
I actually had, after Italy won the World Cup, my uncle went to Italy and he brought me back
Mhm.
a Del Piero jersey, and it was
Italy are filled with legends, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, not as much. But with Del Piero, I mean, if you're a Juventus supporter, and I mean, he's easily got to be your top 3 favorite players of all time. I don't know. Del Piero, fantastic player. Unfortunately, we didn't get to watch him as much, but he did win, the World Cup, and that's probably his crowning achievement.
I mean, he was one of my favorite players when I was really young. Like him, even though watching him with his Juventus days in the mid 2000s, that wasn't even his best version of himself. Apparently, he was a lot better in the late 90s.
I think there's a YouTuber I watch, Calissimo. He's a YouTube editor, and he's like his favorite player of all time, Del Piero. Who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? We got this question earlier, but since football's come back, I think Lewandowski could be up there for.
Could this be the year it's not Messi or?
If it happens,
I don't think it's gonna be Ronaldo unless he goes off for the rest of the year or something.
Yeah.
It'll depend a lot on Champions League if that comes back.
I think
that's actually gonna be really difficult because
yeah.
if it comes back very late, they're gonna have to depend on leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Too early to say at this point. But if I was to go based off this year alone, like how it's gone so far, I'd say the person who probably deserves it the most would be Lewandowski. But the odds of that happening is low, unfortunately. Let's be realistic.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Werner has more goal contributions than Lewandowski this year, right? In the league,
I think so.
goal and assist wise.
Goal assist wise, maybe, but
possibly. But
you know they're gonna give it to Leva because he's gonna win the league. But
yeah, and if they win the Champions League too. I mean, I think if he wins the Champions League, he's probably gonna win the Ballon d'Or.
There's a good chance Bayern can actually win the Champions League too. They're looking cracked.
Yeah, I think they will. Personally, I think they're best. They're on paper they should be able to win it.
But imagine winning it in an empty stadium. This is gonna be so sad for Liverpool, man. I don't know.
Oh God.
Well, it's not like that's something Liverpool have to worry about. Luckily for you, Lucas. At least since you got your ass kicked the fuck out. Yeet.
Matt, never forget.
You know, it made it so much close, and every single
you're out.
Player
never forget.
I want to hear it.
4-0.
I don't want to hear it.
4-0.
You're out. I want to hear nothing. You're out, bro.
4-0.
At least we're still in it.
Not for long.
You're out.
We are.